Nessa's rocket factory is slowly coming along with the exterior building done and the logo on the front, but we do need to work on some more things around here, like we need stilts that go straight into the water, supporting the building up, and then we have to terraform the island so it looks a little bit better, and we also have to add some docks to Nessa's rocket factory, because how else will we get the rockets to the mainland? But before we work on that, in the last episode we built the strong man over at the circus, and we had some help from Justin. He did the redstone for us because I'm not the greatest at redstone. And then Artorvin and myself had a meeting with Kyle Blaine. We hired him to make the music for the circus, because what is a circus without music? So in the future episodes we'll check in on Kyle Blaine to get updates on the music. But for now we're not going to be working at the circus because we have some things to do over at the rocket factory. And I think it's about time we get started on that. On the inside of the rocket factory we definitely need some decor. I want to put up some shelves where I can have shulker boxes on display that are loaded with rockets. You know, it's pointless, but it has a nice display feel to it. And then this box needs to go. That's just where I have my bed to AFK. A lot of decor we need to do, trims and details and things like that. Then we need a big door, and from out that door we need to go to docks, which will probably be L-shaped kind of something, if I can say probably correctly. But what I've done between the last clip and this new clip is I finished the supporting pillars that go straight down into the water. They're nothing fancy. It's just something that is basic but decorated so that if you look at it closely it looks like something, but most of the time you won't be looking at it closely, so it doesn't really matter how good it looks, because you'll probably be flying in like this and you'll notice the pillars, but you won't really notice the pillars. So it's perfect and it does the job. Right, I think what we need to start off with then is to jump in a little bit of a time lapse and try and terraform this island a little bit, give it some details, make it more of a rock feel, more rock based, because this factory would have destroyed the wildlife, destroyed nature, more or less. Not that much, but more or less something like that. Let's see how it turns out. So I started the terraforming off by changing all of the blocks on the island to stone and then shaping out the island a little bit better because there are some weird patches. And I'm just laying down a stone foundation at first. Later on we'll go through all of it and tweak and change and add in some cobblestone and some andesite and probably bring back a little bit of the grass and a little bit of sand here and there, because we do need to decorate the place, so we'll see what works with that. But I didn't have a lot of time to get this done and work on this because I just had the base in place. And then I saw KingZee was streaming, so I thought let me head over there and see what he is up to. And that got me so distracted because what happened was I spotted a skeleton horse. And it sounds like it's deciding to breed and sell skeleton horses, so I had to have the first one, and he made a joke on his stream where he said he was gonna charge 10 diamond blocks for the first one, and even though it was a joke, I had to go with it and pay him those 10 diamond blocks. I really don't mind doing it because the rocket shop is doing well. So we have the first skeleton horse from KingZee and he's gonna deliver him, which means we're gonna have to take a little bit of a detour real quick and leave the rocket factory, go back to the settlement and build a stable for the skeleton horse and the friend that is coming with him. We'll check in with the friend later on, but I think let's head over to the settlement because I know exactly what I want to do now. It's actually inspired me with things to do over there. So let's run over there. The settlement is slowly coming along, and it's really come a long way since the start of the season. We have houses for the settlers now, we have food production spots with these farmlands, and we have the potato carrot automated farm over there. They have a workspace, but the one thing I did not realize was missing was animals, and it's taking the skeleton horse with KingZee to make me realize the settlement needs animals. It makes sense for a settlement. and then it gives us a purpose for this flat space over here. What I'm gonna do is have different kinds of animals in this space. This was just temporary block, so that'll be removed. We'll have the animals in this space, and it starts off with a skeleton horse and his friend in their new stable. I decided to build this off camera because the only reason we're building it is so we can have it ready for KingZee, because within real life 24 hours he's gonna deliver, and I wanted the animals to have a space to live in, to be safe in, not just randomly in the world, and this should do the job. Now you can see it's a very basic design. It's in my usual color palette for the settlement, the granite with the bricks and the dark oak and some spruce splashed in with the lanterns. Very simple. And I placed these trapdoors right here so that the friend from the skeleton horse can't get out. But yes, I really like how this turned out, very basic, and now I have a vision for this space, which we will work on in future episodes, because today our mission is the rocket factory, and I think it's time for us to head back to the rocket factory and continue our work on that side. The factory's definitely coming along. The pillars look good, the island itself has a nice base shape now. We'll terraform that later on. So what I want to do now is have the docks start, I think, out in this direction. Will it have a bit of a landing spot there going out? Because that would be too thin. I think we'll do that. Let's start somewhere around here. So I'm just going to place some blocks, go out a little bit, fly around, see how it looks. I actually want to take this up by one block. We take it out, see how it looks, and then we start working on pillars that go down into the water. How deep is it? That's pretty deep. It's going to be tricky to get the pillars to look right. Let me play with this and see how it looks. I think this is the height I'll go out with. And a couple of minutes later, we have a foundation in place. As you can see, I placed the spruce, and I like this width that the dock is now. That's a good width. And we have these pillar templates in place. These need to go all the way down, and I'm hoping it's thick enough to go all the way down and not look too weird, but we'll only see that once we have it in place. I think I'll start off by building the furthest pillar first to see how it looks when it goes down. Let's take a little bit of a fly so I can give you a bird's eye view of this dock. It feels good. It feels long enough, it feels thick enough. I think it's good. We'll know more when it's done, but it definitely fits in with all the feel, and stone is looking good. We need finer details around the place though. Later problem. Let me get these pillars done. Only the finest spruce and most organic andesite and cobblestone was used to make this docks, and this will be the landing place of many a future boats that will be collecting our fine rockets and transporting them to the mainland. And I'm so happy with how this turned out. It is clean and it's good. We do need some more details to this place, but at this point we're gonna have to move on for now, because I have a meeting with both of the Redstone Wizards of the AfterLife server, Mr. Justin and PuffingFish, and I have a little bit of a proposal for them, a challenge, something they can do for the circus and they can do for themselves. So let's meet up with them and lay down the challenge. Gentlemen, thank you for seeing me. I have a challenge I want to offer the two of you, seeing as you're the Redstone Wizards. And I think I should probably run Puff. I need to update you on a conversation Justin and I had. But would you be open to a bit of a challenge?
I would. I am down. Yep.
Okay, so Justin helped me build this strong man machine, where if you punch a button, it will measure your strength. Hey, first try.
Oh.
And then you get a reward for getting it on red. So I built the kind of decorative aesthetic. Oh, I closed it up. And Justin built the redstone at the bottom, but then we discussed the idea of having a whack-a-mole kind of game, which kind of sounds a bit weird and challenging to do in Minecraft. So the thought we came up with, combining your brains to see if you can actually figure it out.
That would be a fun project to do, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea because, like, with my limited redstone knowledge, I can't see how it would work. So, you guys think it can be done?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Definitely a fun one.
Okay. So, what I'll do then is, if you can pull this off, I will be willing to give you a couple of diamond blocks. We just need to determine how many diamond blocks make sense.
6 million.
Deal. Wait, how do I get... I'll have to access Jay's bank account to give you those. Wait, no, that doesn't work. I'm sorry.
So we could do a bank heist.
Ooh, okay. So if you are successful with actually building this whack-a-mole game, I'll organize a bank heist and then I'll pay you.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay, cool. So I'll send you forth. You guys can figure it out on your own, and then just let me know when you're ready, whenever that is, and we reveal it.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Me and Justin will get to work here.
Okay, cool. I have to go see a man about a skeleton horse. Now, unfortunately, we can't see a man about a horse, but we can see said horse and his friend. They got delivered by KingZee. They're just doing business with you, Z. Got a carrot on a stick as promised, and this is totally a horse. So this over here is Undead Fred, and this is the friend we got promised. This is a peculiar looking horse, but I'm assured it's a prime specimen. I probably need to take it for a test ride. Mr. Horse? Mr. Horse, you're not moving. Why are you not moving, Mr. Horse? This is a little bit of a slow horse. He must have other special abilities. And we'll have to investigate that. We'll have to see what other abilities this totally a horse has. But I think it's getting time to finish up this episode. Things took way longer than I thought it would. Working at the rocket factory, terraforming the island itself and building the dock took way longer than I thought it would. I really thought I would have more results, but it's fine, it's good. We have a good shape, a good base going. We just need to add details around the island itself, which I'll show you in a second. And then we need to have ships come in to take all of our rocket stock onto the mainland. The pillars are done. It's really coming along nicely. I'm really happy with how this looks. We probably need a little bit of a building for the dock, like a documents building for the dock or something. I'm not sure. It needs a lot of details, another lot of, what's the word? Decorative details, slabs and things. But that's going to do it for this episode. We also have the Redstone Wizards on a project. We'll check that out next episode. And we need to meet up with Art and Kyle once again to get our final reveal of the circus music. But that will also have to wait for a future episode. And last thing I can mention is remember that all the links to the AfterLife members will be in the description down below. And we do have an application event, which I should have mentioned earlier, but I'll quickly mention here. If you're interested in joining us on the AfterLife server and you feel your content is on par, you're welcome to check the link in the description and apply to join us. But on that note, that is going to do it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I keep forgetting to mention, right at the start of this episode, I killed a drowned and I got my first ever trident. Is that too far? Would it come back? No, it's come back. Nice. So I fully enchanted it. It's fully geared. And the trident of loyalty, because it comes back to me. And my first trident. We'll have to experiment and see how it works. Okay, cool. Okay, bye.